Most women who have been in a controlling relationship do not realize it while they are in it, because the control they experienced was wrapped so carefully in the language of love that it looked, felt, and sounded exactly like deep devotion. Today, we're going to unwrap 5 of those behaviors and give you the vocabulary to see them clearly. Welcome back. I want to begin this conversation with something I believe deeply. Awareness is one of the most powerful forms of self-protection available. Not awareness delivered with judgment or alarm, but the calm, clear kind of awareness that allows you to look at what is actually happening in your relationship and name it accurately. Because we cannot address what we cannot see, and we cannot see what we have been given no vocabulary for. Today, we're talking about 5 specific behaviors that appear regularly in controlling relationships, behaviors that are almost universally misread as love in the early and middle stages of those relationships. Each one has a legitimate-sounding emotional justification. Each one looks, from the outside, like the expression of deep care, and each one, over time, does something very specific to a woman's freedom, her confidence, and her sense of self. My intention in sharing these is not to make you suspicious of every affectionate gesture a partner makes. It is to give you the emotional vocabulary to tell the difference between love that builds you and behavior that, regardless of how it is presented, quietly takes pieces of you away. Let me describe something that many women who have been through this will recognize. In the beginning, it felt like the most intense love she had ever experienced. He wanted to be with her constantly. He noticed everything: her friendships, her schedule, how she dressed, who she was messaging, and at first, all of that attention felt like evidence that he truly saw her, that she mattered to him in a way that went beyond anything she had felt before. But then, slowly, things began to shift. Her friendships required explanation and negotiation. Her evenings out created tension that always seemed to be her fault somehow. Her phone became a source of questions. Her independent decisions, even small ones, were met with hurt that she found herself trying to prevent by making fewer of them. And she began to spend a quiet but significant portion of her emotional energy managing his feelings rather than living her own life. She did not call any of this control. She called it the complexity of loving someone intensely. But years later, looking back, she could trace exactly when and how she had become smaller, and she could name the 5 things that had, step by step, made that smallness feel like love. Jealousy in small doses and honest conversations is a normal human emotion. But jealousy that is consistently presented as proof of love, that is performed as devotion, that expects to be received as flattering, and that arrives with enough emotional weight to modify her behavior, is not love expressing itself. It is control managing her. A man who uses jealousy as an emotional claim on her behavior is not protecting the relationship. He is using his discomfort as a lever to restrict her freedom. The more she adjusts, dressing differently, canceling plans, limiting friendships, the more her life contracts around his emotional management, and each adjustment teaches her that his feelings are more important than her freedom. What genuine love looks like instead: a partner who trusts you, who expresses insecurity as his own feeling to work through, not as a behavioral demand on you, who celebrates your relationships with others rather than treating them as threats. Isolation in controlling relationships almost never begins with a direct instruction to end friendships. It begins with subtle questions: a sigh when she mentions plans with a friend, a comment about whether a particular person is really a good influence, a slow, low-level narrative that certain relationships are draining, disrespectful of the partnership, or simply not worth her time. Over months, sometimes years, this quiet campaign reduces her social world, often without her having made any single clear decision to allow it. The result is a woman who has, by the time she fully recognizes what happened, lost the very connections that might have helped her see it sooner. What genuine love looks like, instead, a partner who is genuinely glad you have a full social life, who encourages your friendships, who understands that a relationship that requires the absence of everyone else is not a healthy one, and who never asks you to choose between him and the people who love you. There's a version of this behavior that appears in the earliest stages of a relationship as thoughtfulness. He handles things, makes plans, takes charge, and it feels wonderfully attentive. But over time, a pattern emerges. He begins to make decisions that belong to her. What she wears, what she eats, which career path she should take, which family members she sees. He frames these decisions as care, as him wanting the best for her. But decisions about a woman's own life are hers to make. A partner who consistently overrides her choices, even generously, even with genuine belief that he knows better, is eroding her sense of ownership over her own existence. What genuine love looks like instead is a partner who respects that your life is yours, who offers his perspective when asked, who supports your decisions even when they differ from his preferences, and who understands that caring for someone means trusting them with their own choices. Guilt is one of the most effective tools in a controlling relationship because it targets something genuinely beautiful, her empathy and her care for his feelings. When she expresses a need, sets a boundary, or simply makes a decision that does not center him, his hurt arrives promptly. He's not angry, not aggressive, just wounded. And her natural response to his hurt is to soften, to apologize, to reconsider. Over time, she learns, without a single direct instruction, that her independence causes him pain, and loving him begins to mean managing her own freedom to prevent that pain. This is the mechanism by which guilt-based control turns a caring woman's empathy against her own well-being. What genuine love looks like instead is a partner who takes emotional responsibility for his own feelings, who can express disappointment without making it a claim on your behavior, who never uses his emotional pain as leverage to modify your choices, and who celebrates your independence rather than mourning it. Checking her location, asking for access to her messages, tracking who she calls and when. In a controlling relationship, each of these is framed not as surveillance, but as love, as a man who cares so deeply about her safety that he simply needs to know where she is and who she is with. The framing is almost always sincere, at least initially. But love does not require surveillance. A partner who genuinely loves you does not need to monitor your movements to feel secure. The monitoring is not about your safety. It is about his anxiety. And more importantly, it is about his belief that his anxiety entitles him to access your private life. What genuine love looks like instead is a partner who trusts you, who does not require access to your phone or your location as proof of your loyalty, who understands that privacy in a relationship is not secrecy, it is dignity, and who feels secure in the connection because of the quality of your relationship, not because of his ability to track it. I want to offer you something concrete for navigating what you have just heard. The first practice is honest self-assessment, not in a spirit of self-criticism, but of genuine curiosity. Look at your relationship and ask yourself this question: has my world gotten smaller since this relationship began? Not because of natural life changes, but because of the specific dynamic between you and this person. Have your friendships thinned? Has your confidence contracted? Do you make decisions differently, more carefully, more anticipating his reaction than you did before him? If the answer is yes to any of these, that is not evidence of a personal failing. It is information, important, actionable information. The second practice is to name what you are experiencing, to yourself first, and if possible, to someone you trust. Control in relationships thrives in silence and in isolation. The moment you begin speaking honestly about your experience to people who knew you before the relationship, you give yourself access to a perspective that the relationship itself has been working to remove. And the third practice, the most important and the most difficult, is to ask yourself what you would tell a friend who described to you exactly what you have just described to yourself. Because we are almost always more clearly honest with the people we love than we allow ourselves to be with ourselves. The love you offer your friends, the clarity, the care, the refusal to watch them shrink, you deserve to offer that to yourself. Love expands you. It makes your world wider, your confidence steadier, your voice clearer. When a relationship consistently requires you to be less free, less connected, less certain of yourself, that is not love doing that to you. That is control. And you were not made to be controlled. You were made to be loved. If any of what you heard today felt familiar, please be gentle with yourself. Recognizing it is not a failure. It is the beginning of the most important clarity available to you. And I will see you in the next one.